Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name's Carmen, and today we're going to do a reading for Aquarius, and the theme will be It's Complicated. Let's call in spirit with some wind chime time. And I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Thank you for all of the support, the likes, the shares, the comments, and subscribes are helping my channel grow, and I really appreciate you for that. Let's dive right in. I'm going to use a couple of different tarot decks to identify who thinks it's complicated and who else is involved, what's going on, before we get some advice from Spirit with the Spirit Animal Oracle. All right, let's get started. I'm going to use the Black Tarot first. All right, Spirit, who do we have for Aquarius here for It's Complicated? For Aquarius, please. Alright, so we've got the Knight of Cups coming out first. This is one of the brighter cards in the deck, actually, and you can see we've got a rider on his horse crossing what looks like, you know, like kind of how a road looks after you've had a pretty major rainstorm. And it's meant to convey, we've got someone here who's either processing or communicating on emotions that have maybe been a little bit hidden, is the feeling that I'm getting. There's a sense of solitude with this particular card, and almost like an element of like self-doubt. Somebody's got some issues in terms of like a fear of rejection or a fear of abandonment, and it's caused them to historically not be very good when it comes to communicating emotions. As far as hidden energy, if you're new to my channel, that's where a card flips over but doesn't fall out. We've got the Four of Spheres. The Four of Spheres is the Four of Pentacles, and that will refer to like an unwillingness to let go of someone, an attachment. It doesn't have to be someone, it can be something, but I find most often it's a person. Sorry, my cat is going insane this morning. I actually already started this reading for you guys and had to start over again because he was diving face first into my giant pile of garbage. Well, the garbage bag. All right, tell us more, please. What else do we need to know for Aquarius and this Knight of Cups? Oh, the other thing is, I think that I should mention is the Knight of Cups is kind of a flighting energy. This can be somebody that, you know, perhaps because of that fear of rejection, they can be an inconsistent or unreliable energy. So we have the Ace of Wands coming out. Aquarius, this is telling me that this Knight of Cups here, they're probably on their way to either a destination or a person that they want a new beginning with. Ace of Wands is always about new beginnings for me, or maybe even drastic change would be a good way to put it. And what I love about this card is they made it look like a match being lit. Kind of like denoting for me elements of like inspiration or being a catalyst. So there's something very exciting but also really kind of dangerous or risky that's happening for this person. And that's why they're moving in silence. With the Seven of Swords, it's not my favorite card. It's like my least favorite card. I usually get, you know, an element of deceit or betrayal. But what I see here is more like somebody who isn't showing their cards or their hand at a game of poker. They have an excellent poker face. They're not telling anyone what they're up to. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see the Eight of Pentacles come out at some point, because it looks like somebody has a plan. We have the Five of Spheres. The Five of Spheres is the Five of Pentacles. And it looks to me like this plan, or what this person is being sneaky about, is getting into somebody's life that they haven't been in for a while. Do you see how that large sphere at the bottom has like spikes coming out, kind of like it's protected? Somebody has put up boundaries here, and it's excluded this Knight of Cups, and he wants back in. So this is a masculine that is probably pretty attractive. The King of Wands is known as a masculine who's pretty, sexy and alluring and powerful in a way. I have a couple of decks that portray the King of Wands as very focused on something. Like the Tattoo Tarot has him focused on this ball of fire. So this King of Wands, whatever they're moving silently towards, whatever this new beginning that they want is, they're very focused on it, and it is very likely about love or passion for them. There's a lot of passion here. What else do we have for Aquarius, please? No way, you guys. Whew. Okay. Like I said, there's a lot of passion here. I don't know that I've ever seen the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands come out side by side, but I fucking love it. So very fiery energy here. There could be a fire sign, which is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And much like the King of Wands, the Queen of Wands is alluring or sexy, wanted by at least more than, two people. But it even looks like these abstract figures are looking towards each other, but kind of like side eye, like sneaky, like I don't want anyone to see me looking over here. And another thing that I notice, so with the Black Tarot, you don't have a lot going on, right? You just got the two colors, or shades of two colors. Look at how the Queen of Wands has a black background and then this like white smokiness around her. And then the King of Wands has a white background with kind of like a smoky black background next to him. Like it's coming off of him. This is giving me the impression that we've got two people here who are from pretty different cultures or backgrounds or upbringings. This could be a difference in race. It could be just, someone's Jewish, someone's Catholic. But there's something very different about these two people. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some cards that would speak about external influence coming through, because when you have people that are actually made for each other, but they're so different, there are plenty of people that have something to say about it. Let's see. Yeah, so we'll probably see, I'm guessing we'll see the Five of Wands at some point. Yeah. We're going to go with the Bianco Nero deck since I can't stop staring at it and getting drawn to it. What else do we have for Aquarius, please, Spirit, for It's Complicated? Tell me more about this Knight of Cups. So we have the Knight of Pentacles coming out. So we have another Knight, and this one is confirming what I said earlier about there being a slow pace here. I mean, you can tell with the Knight of Cups we've got a slow pace because he's just kind of barely moving there. And then the Knight of Pentacles is not even moving. He's just at a standstill. So there is a delay here. And I'm getting that it was due to a sense of failure or defeat. There might have been some other problem in the life of this knight that made them doubt themselves. But there's definitely some self-doubt here. All right, and then clarifying our Seven of Swords, the kind of sneaking around card, I've got the Queen of Wands, but I've got her in the reverse. I think this is a different feminine energy, and this is probably why this is complicated. There's another feminine energy here who wishes she was a Queen of Wands, like the one who came out right next to our king here. But she's not. She's an imposter, or she's a negatively aspected Queen of Wands. That's why she's coming out in the reverse. And, I've actually described this particular card as one of the sexiest cards that I have. This is a feminine energy that is comfortable using her sexuality or her body to get what she wants. And when the Queen of Wands is in the negative aspect, it's almost like to the point of being emotionally manipulative and leveraging those feminine wiles to control generally multiple parties. So I think there's either an ex-girlfriend here or somebody who is heavily interested in this King of Wands. And it's the reason why this King of Wands, or she's the reason why he has to move in silence or be cautious about who he talks to. Tell me more about the Five of Spheres, please. We've got the Four of Swords. So being out in the cold or being no contact with this Queen of Wands, however it resonates for you, pushed this King of Wands to really think about his life, to process what he'd been through and what he really wants. And that rejection or that solitude, that's what made him level up, because he started off as a Knight of Cups. Knights are generally immature and not really known for stability or long-term relationships. But now we have a king. As we progressed, we have movement, right? So this Four of Swords is the reason why. And now there's a confidence, there's a focus, and kind of a devil-may-care kind of attitude. All right, so we have, let me just ask real quick. All right, I'm glad I asked. That's a pendulum, by the way. If you don't have one, I highly recommend it. I think I'm going to create a video for you guys that talks about the pendulum, how I use it. It's definitely a game changer. All right, so we've got the Knight of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. The pendulum assured me that this queen is supposed to be in the upright. This is telling me that the feminine here, this Queen of Wands, part of what makes her so alluring is her independence, okay? This is somebody who is able to, like I said, do things for herself, and it invites a lot of envy, but it hasn't changed her. She's still a reliable, trustworthy, respectable person. I'm curious to see if we see like the Queen of Cups or the Empress come out, especially because there's so much passion here. It seems like there's also quite a lot of love. All right, and then we have Death coming out. Love this card. I hope you can see it. So this is talking about, I often see this as change. I'm not getting that feeling here. This is endings. So this is why there's a sense of failure here. We might see the Eight of Cups come out. It looks like this feminine energy walked away and kind of cut off contact, maybe even blocked this masculine. And then we have the Three of Wands clarifying the Five of Swords, which is saying this masculine was then waiting for his ships to come in, probably because he felt like he couldn't initiate contact. And then Five of Pentacles coming out again. Remember we had the Five of Spheres at the beginning? This Five of Pentacles is clarifying the column right before the Five of Spheres, giving me kind of a timeline here, right? Like we've got someone who's been sneaking around trying to avoid this Queen of Wands in the reverse because he's left out in the cold and he doesn't want to be anymore. All right, what else do we have for Aquarius, please? All right, and then we have the Sun, Temperance, Strength, and the Hierophant. Wow, that's... It's 4 major arcana. By the way, if you're unaware, if there's a lot of major arcana coming out in your reading and very little of the minor arcana, which is where you see, you know, like Nine of Pentacles, for example, that denotes that there's a major change going on here. And in the reading that I deleted because of my cat, the first couple of cards had suggested that we're in a moment of major change here for you guys, Aquarius. And we still had that Ace of Wands come out. But the other reading also had the Ace of Swords. Actually, I saw that earlier too. I just didn't keep it along with these. So I think, Aquarius, it really bears mentioning to you that it's critical you know how to marry logic and intuition. Where's that line for you in terms of relying on fact or things that you can touch or smell or feel or whatever, and then your gut and how you feel about something? How good are you at balancing between the two of those? Because it looks like we've got something here coming to light that's going to require you to be strong, and you might have to change your beliefs. So we've got the Sun paired with the Temperance card, and this is clarifying the Four of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. There's a desire to make things right and find happiness on your own and rebuild that strength. Maybe go through a period of healing so that you can get to a place where a relationship is more natural and will work. All right, let's move to, we're just gonna get a couple of the Hidden Truth oracles, see what kind of thoughts we got going on the other side. What does Aquarius need to know? It was my fault, but I blamed you. And you and I were too young. 2 more for Aquarius, please. I'm afraid to contact you. Like I said, waiting for your ships to come in. This person is either not able to contact you, or they don't feel like it would be well received, so they feel like it would have to be you that reinitiated that conversation or that dialogue. 1 more card, please, for Aquarius. I want you. Just love that it's on the side with the King and the Queen of Wands. The fact that these two came out together really solidifies the fact for me that there's some really strong chemistry here. There's a lot that you have in common. Some would even use the term divine counterparts. That's where you are very well matched, you know? But people still have to do right by each other, and at the end of the day, it's your decision to make, right? All right, let's get some advice from the Spirit Animal Oracle, and then we'll call it a day. We've got Turtle Spirit, slow and steady wins the race, making me think of that Knight of Pentacles energy that came out at the beginning. Groundhog Spirit, time to let go. This seems to me like a reference to control, so try to be really good at non-attachment. Whatever is meant for you will be in your life, and whatever is not will fall away. But when you lose things like friends or lovers, it makes room for new friends and lovers. Mouse Spirit, tend to the small things. All right, I hope that helps you, Aquarius. Thank you again for all the support, and have a lovely day.